it just seems like fall has not come here just yet, and summer does not want to leave the borderland. Let's take a look at our current regional temperatures across the desert Southwest. Well, we're all in the 80s. A couple of 90s, as you can see, 92 out there in Austin, 87 in Dallas, 97 in Hermosillo. But look at that up there in Las Vegas. They are actually cooler than us. Here's what's going on. Got a cold front that's dropping into the area. Unfortunately for us, I want to stress this. This is not going to affect us here in the borderland. This is mostly going to affect the rest of the state of Texas. That's what usually happens when these cold fronts drop into the area. The mountains play a huge part in blocking a lot of those cold fronts. Well, as you can see, cold front drops into the state of Texas. This is Monday at 8 a.m. and we are going to still remain above normal. Well, one thing is that cold front is actually going to help us get some rain chances here. But unfortunately for us, most models are keeping this to the north of us for Tuesday all the way up until Thursday. That's why we only gave you about 20% chance of rain for your Wednesday, and Wednesday being the best chance. Now, we fast forward all the way up until Thursday. The chance kind of drops off, and remember the chance is about 10% for your Thursday. And then we go into Friday, and we are going to be above normal once again, as we are talking about some temperatures that are going to be in the 80s and even the 90s, still going into the middle of October. For tomorrow, we are still going to be in the 80s and 90s across Doña Ana County. Look at that, 92 degrees in Anthony, 93 in Sunland Park. Moving into El Paso County, a little bit of the same. We're talking about 90s all across the board, and even look at that, 95 degrees out there in San Eliot. And as we look at the next several days, brought to you by Mattress Firm, quick look at your weather. As you can see, 92 degrees for your Monday, 90 for your Tuesday. Rain chances from Tuesday all the way up until Friday. And notice, even with the rain chances, we're not talking about the temperatures coming down. As you can see, as we go into Sunday, we are still at 88 degrees with that 20% chance of rain. We're watching another system that's going to roll into the area, and that may bring us rain chances. Main word, may bring us rain chances. As we look into Las Cruces, same thing, 80s all across the board, 87 for your Monday. Slightly cool down as we go into Wednesday, 30% chance of rain. That's going to be our best day. And then as we go into next weekend, we are talking about the 80s still staying here in the borderland.